Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast. I'm joined today by my good friends Cameron
Hello.
and Cooper.
Yo,
Today we'll be talking about some recent things in Nintendo news. There's a new rumor out today of the Nintendo Switch Pro possibly being announced or launched in 2021. Nintendo Switch Online renewals are coming up, so we're going to run through some possible additions for Nintendo Switch Online retro gaming. Um, we'll take a little look into our personal collector's corner and see what we're playing right now, anything we found recently, and finish off with some possible direct predictions. There's a direct rumor that just came out as well, rumored for the end of this week. So we're going to talk about that as well. So welcome, guys. Thanks for being here. So I guess we'll get started here. This is a um, article we found or I found from Nintendo Life about a possible Nintendo Switch new model launching in early 2021. Um, the exact possible features are unknown, but there are many reports citing hardware manufacturers that are now involved with this production of the new Switch, with it even becoming part of production as soon as quarter 4 of this year. Um, It was stated that the Switch will surpass the Wii sales even without an upgrade, and a sound hardware update plan would even allow the Switch to surpass the Nintendo DS handheld, which leaves us to believe that it could possibly be something similar to the DS side of the DS. So, why don't we get your guys' thoughts on this, Cameron?
Honestly, I mean, we talked about this a bit before the podcast as well, but the idea of Nintendo releasing one next year. I mean, personally, I will just wait until there's a fancy one and then cop that. But on one hand, the if it lasts longer, or if the original model lasts longer, well, version two, I guess, since they aren't doing the original model, but the the current Switch model. If that lasts for another year or two, then Nintendo's probably fine. They are kind of due for a handheld upgrade, though. Well, if we're basing it on previous handheld iterations, because Game Boy had multiple, DS had multiple, 3DS had multiple. It, it's about time, I would
Yeah,
say.
I guess we should clarify. We're not saying that we believe it's going to happen. We're pretty skeptical here about rumors because they always come up every week. But if we go past that and say, well, if it was going to happen, what would we want it to be?
hmm
Um,
could you
Cooper, what
guys?
are your thoughts on it?
I mean, I think it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm okay with what I have, but if it's like, I don't know if they would do this, but kind of like the DS, how it jumped up to a 3D kind of thing. If they did that, that'd be cool.
So like 3D, 3D functionality in the Switch?
Yeah, like a 3DS.
Hmm.
But we
No.
had that with Labo.
Yeah,
All
true.
my all my homies hate cardboard.
uh, I don't know. Nintendo's not really one to go back on old ideas. They
That's
usually try to
true.
keep doing new things, but would be
Even
cool.
when old things would work fine.
Yeah, true. I
Double
personally just
dash.
want a good bezel-less display and Bluetooth and 4K upscaling, possibly in the dock.
I just want Mario Kart 11.
Or wouldn't it
It
be
won't be
Mario Kart
9.
9?
No. 8 Deluxe is 9 and Tour is 10. It would be Mario Kart 11.
No, no way. No.
Yes.
Doubt.
Yes. Maybe doubt. That's how their numbering works.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm just salty that there's a Mario Kart that's a mobile game and it's going to count as canon.
It has so many cool costumes, and I want them to just port them to the Switch. If we can't get anything else, can we just get those, Nintendo, please?
Mhm.
People are guessing that the price is going to be about $400, which I wouldn't be too surprised of. I mean, that's kind of the low end pricing for next gen PlayStation and Xbox consoles, at least for rumored right now. So, um,
It needs.
It would have to be a kind of beefy upgrade.
Hmm.
yeah. Well, if you're gonna, I'd assume if you're gonna put this much effort in, if it's gonna be like a true Switch Pro, then the screen will probably jump to 1080, and to do that, you'd
Ooh.
have to beef up the internals pretty good.
The battery ain't gonna last long. It will be
Yeah,
like the Wii U all over again.
it could go back down to like the original Switch battery life, but at least now you're getting 1080.
It would be comparable.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Um, or they might just not do it at all if they can't figure it out. Who knows?
That sounds like a Nintendo philosophy for sure. F-Zero.
Yeah. But then again, we're already nearly or 3.5 years into this console life cycle. So if we don't have one within the next year or so, I'd be rather impressed. This is usually the timeline that Nintendo
I
does.
I could see them announcing one around when the 2021 E3 would be,
Mm-hmm.
assuming it's not canceled again.
Now this actually ties into something that we're going to talk about later, which is the upcoming Direct predictions. Um, as everyone listening to this probably knows, the Nintendo has not had a full regular standard Direct in pretty much a year now, and um, the rumor of the Nintendo Switch Pro plays into that. So they try to use it as evidence, citing that since there hasn't been a Direct recently, they're holding back stuff back so that when they unveil the Switch Pro, they will have a strong software lineup to go with that launch to promote sales.
Hmm. Okay, I hadn't heard the speculation that they were holding games back for the Switch Pro. Because I don't remember them doing that for the new 3DS. But I also guess I wasn't paying attention at the time.
Well,
Hmm.
didn't Majora's Mask 3D launch with the new 3DS?
Oh, that might be true.
Wasn't that like this the seller? I think I remember that from the because they launched the Majora's Mask edition new 3DS like at the reveal, and I wanted to get that one, but it sold out before I could pre-order it. So I ended up getting the Monster Hunter one. Hmm.
Um, so we're talking about. Sorry, we're talking about special editions. I
uh,
kind of blinked out. Sorry.
Great. Well, we're talking about so the reason there's no direct within the past year is because they're saving up software for their Switch Pro launch,
Ooh,
which kind of just sounds like a coincidence,
yeah.
but it could be true. Then again, I don't really know if I'd buy Nintendo holding back software or not, but it's possible.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to stop releasing info about games 2 months out. I want to be hyped for more than 2 months and then play the game in a week.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone can agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, well let's move on here. We got yeah, so Nintendo Switch Online renewal is coming up for everyone who bought it at launch. It launched September 19th 2 years ago, so we're under a month away from
Mhm.
that. Um, and obviously with a large group of NSO users having started from there, it's no surprise that people want Nintendo to do something around this time. They did last year with SNES Online, adding that. Um, so based on what we've seen, people are either thinking N64 Online or Game Boy Online. Now, we're not really sure if that will include Game Boy Advance, but um, fairly certain with Game Boy Color included in that. since they're much more similar, practically the same thing.
Hmm.
Um, so I think we're gonna go in here and I'll talk about some of the games we want to see for those systems, but I think we can all preface with Mario 64, the Zelda games, GoldenEye, um, for N64, and then on Game Boy, similar, the Super Mario Land series, the was like Link's Awakening, Oracle of Ages and Seasons, something like that. Donkey Kong 64 and Donkey Kong Land, respect on the systems respectively. Um, Things like that. So, um, Cooper, why don't you get us started? N64 games. Which ones do you want?
Um, Sorry, one second. Some of the 64 would be like uh Kirby six. Sorry, Kirby 64,
Okay, yeah.
Crystal Shard. I don't know if they could like. I think like a just a renew, kind of revamp, not change it, just revamp it, make it new graphics. One that would be cool.
I,
But for N64 Online?
Oh, NC. Oh, no. Yeah, leave it alone if it's NC. Sorry. Yeah,
I think it'd
Bro,
be
you're
interesting.
not even here right now.
I'm not. I'm sorry,
I think
but
it'd be interesting to see them put crystal shards on the multiplayer aspect,
That
like
would
how
be
ooh,
you can
really cool.
play Mario Kart SNES online, just all those little mini games.
Yeah, or
Um,
you could do like GoldenEye Online.
in
I
that
know a lot
same
of people
vein,
like those multiplayer.
Pokemon Stadium and Pokemon Stadium 2. Um, although uh, we can come back to this idea in a minute, but I think if the stadium games were there for their mini games, then we have to hope Nintendo could convince Game Freak to put the Pokemon games on there for the connectivity.
Yeah, that would be nice to see those there.
Like, I mean, they got on the 3DS. Crystal was significantly after the other Gen 2 games, but that there's a chance,
I would
maybe.
I would really like to see the original Pokemon games.
oh
That
yeah.
would be insane. And I know this would never happen because of, Pokemon Company and who they are, but if you could trade with people, like if you
Oh,
played, imagine playing Pokemon Red NSO and your friend plays Pokemon Blue NSO and you can trade with your buddies using like local wireless or whatever.
I think 3DS versions might have had that. I don't. I
it.
I was given blue uh for from my previous employer, and I just never actually checked that out. But it's possible it's on there.
You know,
So
s-
there's a slight chance.
Speaking of, I don't think I've ever played Pokemon Crystal. I need to do that.
Dude,
That's my favorite
that
generation. Why have I
I
not
want to
played
say
Crystal? I'm just having a revelation right now.
Crystal is the one they based Heart Gold and Soul Silver on.
Nah, bro. The best
What?
one's Platinum, but that's a DS
That's not
game.
on either of these systems we're talking about right now,
Yeah,
bro.
that's a
Wait,
DS game though. So
Um, I really want to see um, Cruising USA and Mischief Makers, and I don't know. I have a lot of like obscure N64 games I found
okay,
out.
okay. Hear me out. Okay. Quest 64.
Trash.
oh my god,
How about, dude? What about Conquer? What if they put fucking Conquer on
bro. I
N64
don't think
Online?
I don't think this game
Like,
was
and they
on the.
didn't censor it or anything.
Oh, that.
Oh no. Yeah,
I mean, the way Microsoft has been buddy buddy with Nintendo, it
that is
is
very true.
possible they would do that. I
Yeah.
would see Banjo and
Um,
Imagine Banjo and Banjo Tooie working on or being on NSO with the
oh,
connectivity that they wanted to do on the N64.
That would be
Isn't
really
that
cool to
in
see.
Rare Replay? They could
Yeah,
pull that off.
yeah. Why don't we just get Rare Replay? Screw this. Yeah, that would be really cool. That would be really, really cool to see. But
Honest.
barring
It's
that,
one of their only exclusives. Microsoft can't give that away.
Yeah. Ooh, Gex. Even though it wasn't a 64 game.
yeah, dude, go talk to Sony. Go find the Sony podcast.
But no, and actually, but I would love to see Smash 64.
Oh yeah, Smash.
Even though we need, we got the new one and all.
I was thinking about this. Get Smash 64, but get the guys that did the netcode for uh, Melee online, and have them do
Ooh,
the netcode for N64 NSO, so it's actually playable.
Um, what about local multiplayer Mario Party? Like N64 Mario Party, local
Online Mario,
multiplayer.
just imagine online Mario Party
oh
Yeah,
my, that'd be sick.
yeah, that would be really cool.
instead of like 5 mini games.
Now this one,
Nintendo, just
sorry,
please.
yeah, dude. Now this one, it may have already been mentioned. I'm not sure, but Mario 64.
Yeah, that's what we said. Like,
Yeah,
obviously, we
one
want
of,
the
one of the first
Marios and the Zeldas.
Mario Kart.
I don't think we said Pokemon Snap,
Yes.
Pokemon Snap.
but
Have
I
the
wouldn't.
OG.
I don't know if I'd believe them putting on there with the new Pokemon Snap that's supposed to come out this year. They
I
might
mean,
not do
I mean,
that.
it'd be good. Well, it would either be good promotion or it would be detrimental to sales because you can pay what I don't know how cheap the monthly
Isn't it like $3
NSO
a
is.
month or something?
It's
Oh, that's
something.
cheap.
It's something ridiculously cheap. I just pay for well the family plan.
Yeah.
It,
Yeah, shout out
I,
to everyone else who uses a family plan with a group of their friends and actually related to those people. Unless you're Nintendo, then we all pay for our individual plans because we're responsible consumers.
Oh yes.
Nintendo sponsor us.
um, what other Game Boy games would I want to see?
um.
That would be. I
Oh
wonder if.
Oh,
Dude, Kirby Tilt and Tumble.
yes.
I love that game.
I can't believe we
Dude,
forgot this, but N64 wise, Yoshi's Story.
Oh yeah, Yoshi's Story, of course.
okay, and for
Like,
the sorry, go ahead.
no, you good.
No, you go. You
Oh,
go ahead.
uh, Pokemon Puzzle League.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, because we already have a free Tetris, so get something close to it that has Pokemon on the front, and maybe people buy it if you do online properly.
That's true. One for the memes. Hey, you Pikachu.
That would be funny.
They
With
would
built-in
have to
emoji.
activate Bluetooth,
Imagine if they made the mic, like if they remade the mic.
and you just had to plug it into your dock and play from like 3 feet away.
Oh my god.
I really now I think it would be super cool if we did get N64 NSO and they made like wireless N64 controllers.
Oh,
Somebody would.
kind of like the SNES controllers. How those
Yeah,
are like.
like the NES and SNES controllers already.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just make like the same exact thing.
Could you
But
But
imagine?
without a wire.
yeah.
Could you imagine the
I
64?
would buy that.
Could you imagine the 64 controllers being Joy Cons?
Oh, where you like slide them onto something?
Yeah.
Which one gets the joystick in the middle?
That's a good question.
Now, I would wonder how would you implement like Rumble, like okay, Rumble Pack you can just add Rumble, I guess. But like what about like the controller pack, like the memory card? How would you implement that?
Well,
Imagine if they like actually put an original port on there so you could like buy one.
imagine them
Ooh.
bringing it back in like 2021, so that you can store it on your uh, hand or portable N64 remote.
That would be
Dude,
really weird, but super cool as well.
honestly.
Very unique. I doubt they. I would so doubt they would do that, but
Oh yeah.
Imagine if it was functional though, and you could like if you have like the Game Boy adapter, you could just pop it in.
yeah, that would be
That'd be
incredible.
insane.
That'd be interesting, yeah.
That is a Nintendo move if I've ever heard one though.
Yeah, dude, if you could
Like
imagine if you could play Pokemon Stadium, put the adapter in, and start emulating Pokemon Yellow because you have the cartridge and you attached it to your controller. That would be insane for them to do.
Honestly.
and I mean that there, boom, you have Pokemon Yellow. It doesn't even need online. It like if I can just play my old Game Boy games on an HD screen, I don't care because it's the same sort of thing that they did with them originally. You know, the same on the Game Boy Cube, where it's like, oh, I can play it.
Yeah.
It's just got a giant box around it.
Well,
Like I
the
don't.
the problem with playing Pokemon games through Stadium is it's software emulation, so it's not perfect.
Ooh.
Because it only works for the Pokemon games. Like it works fine because they made it tailored to those specific games that you can play. But unlike the Super Game Boy, the Game Boy player, where it's essentially a Game Boy that's just wired through the console to output to a TV. Um, so, I mean, I really doubt they would do that. I really doubt. But nonetheless, it's a cool idea.
One one I would love to see, just because, Mario Tennis is okay, but Mario Tennis 64, that's one of their peak ones.
Yeah, Mario Tennis, Mario Golf.
Imagine
Yeah.
peaking as you release the series.
Because, like, Super's okay, but I would love to see, like, the OG and stuff.
Yeah, I feel that. I'm trying to think of some more Game Boy games I would want.
Fire Emblem.
Just all three Fire Emblem games go. Thank you, Nintendo.
Would be cool. The
Um,
weren't the original Dragon Quests on Game Boy?
I think,
Uh,
I
they
think
might have been
2.
ported over.
Yeah, or Dragon Warrior at the time, I guess. That would be cool to see. Um, Tetris, right? You gotta have Tetris. It's a Game Boy.
Yeah, some sort of, like, Game Boy version.
Isn't there already like? Didn't they put one of the Tetris versions on NSO, even with the Tetris 99 being on there?
Maybe.
They put Puyo Puyo.
Yeah, they did put
Oh,
Puyo
that's
Puyo.
that's what I was thinking. I think. I don't know. We haven't mentioned Dr. Mario, which is also
Well, that's
close
an
to
NES
Tetris.
game, though, right?
See, they could do something like this, like they
It's-
did for Tetris
or-
99.
It's so hard to figure out which games are like not ports.
Yeah.
It really is.
I mean, other than like I forgot to mention. So I said like the Mario Land games and the Zelda games, but what about Mario Brothers Deluxe, like the port remake of Mario 1? Because that's like a really unique, weird way to play the original Mario Brothers.
Yeah, doesn't that have its own art style and everything?
It's mostly the same. It's a little updated, and it's got like an overworld. Like that's the big thing. It has an overworld.
Oh, that's weird.
It's kind of boring and super linear. Like you can't really do much, but there is one
And
there.
it's weird that it has an overworld.
Yeah.
Imagine them getting their original or their overworld idea off of a port of the original. That's weird. That's a weird fun fact.
Hmm.
What?
Kirby's Dream Land. There we go. Wario Land. Metroid.
Ooh.
Dude, Metroid.
Oh,
I'm just okay. Yeah, I
both
just decided to
Wario,
Google it and was like, oh yeah, all those
Oh,
games.
both Wario lands.
Paper Mario.
Oh,
Oh
this
yeah,
would
Paper
probably
Mario
be,
N64. That's a great point.
yes. This
Honestly.
would probably be exclusive to the Japanese um, NSO, and I would have to like sneak over there like everyone else does and just get it.
Yeah, I do. You just make a
Animal
burner account
Animal
that's Japanese.
Forest.
Animal Forest.
the original Animal Crossing on the
Oh,
N64.
on the N64. Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
That would be cool.
that is the only one that I have not
Ooh.
played in any capacity.
Well, isn't it
I
like basically the same thing as
I
the
mean, it's
GameCube one?
basically there are some features that are different.
Yeah.
But
But
yeah,
if they
it's
did
it's
that,
the
then they would.
experience
Yeah, I mean,
that I'm
true.
after.
Like, and people would be really happy with Paper Mario. That's the thing, because like everyone's like,
Everyone
oh,
loves you. Yeah, that would be
yeah, I
big.
want the experience, RPG, etc. stuff.
Um,
And the new one's like, sorry, and the new one it's coins, right? Something like that.
Yeah, coins are fine.
Coins are fine, yeah.
Pokemon Pinball.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that was on the. Was it on the DS? Let me check.
Alex wanted Mother 3, which would also be Japan exclusive.
Pokemon
Yeah, but
Pinball.
at least then we could make burner Japanese or
And
uh,
not be able to read it.
hypothetically, if some non-degenerate Nintendo video gamers were to make fake Japanese accounts to download the Japanese NSO.
I mean, there are people that legitimately do that. That's how everyone
Oh,
gets their games early.
Ooh.
yeah, I mean that's what I do for. No, that's what I hypothetically do. For Switch Online and SNES or NES and SNES Online Japanese, just to get a couple of things. Since they're so small, it doesn't really take up any space.
Those Famicom controllers, though.
Those do look really good.
Didn't
Um,
Europe also get special ones? Or,
I'm
well, special for us, I
I'm
guess.
not sure. That's a good question.
I don't know if they're, like, I know they would have had the same NES, but I think their SNES would have had their multicolor ones instead of the concave convex ones. That sounds right.
Yeah. I think we've hit all the big things here. Nothing else is really hitting my brain at the moment.
Yeah, mine too. Um,
I mean, they already wouldn't put as much stuff as we set out there. They'd probably only put like 15 games to start or something because they always like do smaller.
Mhm.
Um, well,
um, sorry.
well, all right.
Oh
Um,
wait.
you got any more else?
Um, did we bring up 1 second. Just 1 minute.
Okay.
Yeah, we brought up all this. I'm not just checking my list.
I can't stop thinking about the
And
idea of being able to play Animal Crossing on the Switch, like the original Animal Crossing.
what
Yeah,
about
and then you could,
Man, I want
dude, dude.
Animal
Okay,
Crossing.
okay, okay. They. Oh no, never mind. That's GameCube. I keep thinking of Animal Crossing on
what?
GameCube, not Animal Crossing
Okay,
N64.
not within the realm of possibilities at all, but you know how there is an SD card reader for the GameCube that can like actually save Animal Crossing data?
Yeah.
Yeah, I get one of those, right? Nintendo puts Animal Crossing on the Switch. I take I I take my original Animal Crossing Towns data, copy it over, move the save onto my Switch's microSD, and then I have access to my original Animal Crossing town on my Switch.
Big
If they
brain.
built that in, that would be
Dude,
really
that would be
insane.
insane. There's no
Imagine,
way.
imagine the price spike on those OEM SD card readers.
I can't
For
even find the third party ones. They're like, this might work. I don't want might. If I'm gonna pay as much as those are, I want the one that's guaranteed to work with Animal Crossing. Because Animal Crossing, like, it won't even let you back it up at
ooh,
all. So I,
ooh.
Did you find
I'm
what you're
very
looking
careful
for,
with that,
Cooper?
Mister.
Yeah. Do we bring up a Legend of Zelda Oracle?
Yeah, that's that. Well, that falls under the Mario and Zelda games.
So,
So you'd want Link's Awakening, Oracle of Ages, and Oracle of Seasons. And okay, now that you mentioned it, you build it into NSO so where when you beat one of the Oracle games, you can transfer your data over because that's what you could do on the
Yeah.
original Game Boy Colors.
ooh,
So
yeah.
you build it into that. That would be very
Oh,
amazing.
was Minish Cap like what system was that?
Minish
That
Cap's
was
Game Boy Advance.
yeah. So do you think Game Boy and 64 will be separate or
Yeah,
I
they're not gonna do both.
okay?
but they
Um,
might do one.
yeah,
They
they
might.
might do one. They could just keep drip feeding us like they have been
I
for the
mean,
past
they
year.
will.
Yeah, they most
They
likely will. But
There's still a few like uh NES and SNES games left.
I mean,
let's
not much.
Yeah,
there,
exactly.
there's not a ton that people would play.
Most of
But
But
what they've
then
been
again, they
adding
put
recently is garbage outside of Donkey Kong Country. That
Donkey
was something
Country,
that should
that,
have been there at launch.
and
yeah,
that had upgrades too.
which was
Like,
crazy.
there was no, or in the original, there's no reward for beating Cranky Kong's. I beat this in 30 hours or whatever.
Oh yeah, like you have to beat it like in an hour or something.
Was it an hour?
I
Yeah,
think
Dang.
so.
it's something ridiculous. But they added that
Really, I didn't
for
know
the
that.
NSO. I think it was in their little video reel of here's these, and it's like, don't do that to me. I
Oh,
don't want
okay.
to do that.
Oh, they should make the completionist recomplete it now in
Yeah,
NSO to get
that's
the
why
thing.
I remember it because everyone was like, "Ha!" Oh boy.
All right, well let's move on here to the collector's corner. Um, so let's go over some the things we're currently playing right now, trying to beat any things in the backlog, especially with the continued Nintendo drought, um, and anything you've recently found or seen or whatever.
Okay.
I guess I'll go ahead and go first. I just now got Paper Mario like 2 days ago, so
Mm.
I'm like way forever behind everyone else, but I'm playing through it now and I'm really enjoying it. Um, which is surprising because typically I have not enjoyed the Paper Mario games as much as I want to. Like I really want to like it, but I find myself keep going back to like staying on the grind of finish this. And again, it's only been 2 days,
Mhm.
so take it with a grain of salt, I reckon. But I have really enjoyed this so far. Um, I also just got Wonderful 101 remastered because GameStop had it for the deal of the day the other day. So I will be delving into that once it arrives in the mail sometime soon.
Do we want do we want to bring back the old series?
Oh no.
Oh, the old gameplay things.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
using wonderful.
You know, I think it's good we don't have audio for the Splatoon videos.
That's
It
probably good.
probably
It's probably good most of the things we do don't have audio.
honestly, people will be like, "Man, why that sub for that?"
Dude, yeah, we would be bullied
Copyrighted.
by everyone in Oblivion.
I mean, that's what
Dude,
happened
they'd go
4 years ago.
people would be so mad they would start disliking on Twitter, dude.
God forbid.
How do I delete someone else's tweets?
um, all right, Cameron, what have you been doing?
Okay, so uh, not much. So last month I got Paper Mario at launch, and then 100% in a week, and released some of those videos to help people solve some of the puzzles. Ring like You're not there yet, but there's this thing called the Puzzle Ringer, and people got stuck on it. So I just sort of like, I'm just gonna upload these. I don't even expect them to get views. They get views. People
Nice.
are still thanking me for it. Um,
I know you're playing
I
Jedi Fallen Order. Are you still playing that? Have you beaten it?
I I have beaten that.
Okay.
Uh, that is a good game, definitely worth playing. I'm currently playing through Persona 5 Royal. I am really bad about playing all the way through an RPG that long because I'm always just sort of called away for stuff, especially uh, not being in the basement where I can just hide away. Because that's what I did when I was playing through Fire Emblem Three Houses. I was just inaccessible, so I was able to play through like 60 hours in a week and a half or so.
Yeah.
I need to get back to that though. I've done Blue Lions and part of uh, Silver Snow, but most of my other playthrough knowledge is like from the Gatekeeper video and the Abyss Keeper videos.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I feel that it's hard for me to play through an entire RPG regularly. That might be kind of why I'm really enjoying Origami King, is because it's not as much an RPG as the original and Thousand Year Door. It's like way more adventure-y and way more puzzle-y than
I mean,
your generic RPG. Um, and like, there's like not even a level system really in this one, so
there is not.
um,
Color Splash had more of a level system.
that's maybe why it got. I think IGN ranked Origami King worse than Color Splash by like
Ow.
point 0.3 or something. Um,
No level system at all.
But
yeah.
the
Yeah, they
story,
went in a completely different direction.
I bet. Story's really good though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm only through the first streamer world, and I'm really enjoying it.
I
I just got to the like exploring around with Bob-omb, and I'm really scared because I know what's gonna happen. I've heard about it.
Oh,
So
that
I don't
that
wanna.
was a surprise for me, and
Yeah, I heard a lot of people just kind of got freaked out by that. Like, wait a minute, what? This guy just did that? So I'm excited to see that.
um I think you are going to enjoy World 4 because that is almost Wind Waker.
Yeah, I've
oh,
heard a lot about that too.
That is a good world. They even make a Zelda reference, so it it is very good. I recommend it.
Um, all right, Cooper.
what have I been playing? Oh, I did the Splatfest this past weekend.
Oh
Y'all were
yeah,
there.
we did
Yeah.
do that.
I'll be back.
For the record, I do not like Team Chicken. I think they're wrong, but we joined them
Wow.
because it was the correct strategy to get the win, and I care more about the win than I do about proving my point. So,
No. Wow. But it's right though.
no, it's not. You're wrong. And
Can
anyone
I?
else who's wrong can come find me and fight me.
Um.
Okay. So Cooper, we did Splatfest. Anything else you've been playing?
um what? I've been playing a bit of Miku, which is a rhythm game, which is pretty fun. Uh.
Yeah, that's why you play that. I've seen the way you design those characters. You're
Wow.
making
Dude,
memes.
you're calling him out in the chat,
He's
Wow.
making memes
in the
in
podcast,
that.
In the
He,
pot.
in
Really?
the podcast.
That's low. That.
he he's making memes in that game. He ain't making
Yeah.
music. He's
One of
making
the
memes.
one of the costumes for one of the guys is literally him in a speedo, and I have him wear that all the time.
He's got
Mm.
one of
And
the songs he plays is like you can have basically all 6 characters come and help with the song.
Mm.
He puts 6 of the guy in the speedo with different hats on.
That's weird. No
It's
judgment.
great. It is. The first time I saw it, I couldn't keep a straight face. It was great.
Yeah, and then I've been playing like Fire Emblem Heroes and stuff, which is just a mobile game, but I don't know, it's fun. So
I mean, if that's what you're playing, that's what you're playing, bro.
that is true. As long as it's enjoyable, that's all I really care about.
Yeah, I feel that. We here at All Night Gamers are a judgmental free type.
Hell yeah, like
Believe,
how?
just take my word on that. You don't need to look into it.
Oh yeah, we agree with all people that say the Wii is the best console.
Okay, we're not gonna start fighting in this podcast. Don't tempt me. All right, so let's move on. More stuff here. So, it just came out recently that there's a rumored for Nintendo Direct this Friday, the 28th of August. Um, and um, now, again, like, no matter which way this goes, one of these rumors are going to be right, right? This ties back into the stuff we are talking about Nintendo Switch Pro, if they're holding back software or not. So if it doesn't show up, that could possibly make people feed into that Pro rumor. Um,
Yeah,
and if it does show up, then hey, we finally get a direct. Um,
as much. Sorry.
I didn't even say anything.
Oh. Like as much as I wanted Direct, I feel like it's too good to be true. Cause like I don't know, maybe it's just people keep going. There's a Direct, and then there isn't one.
Yeah, as soon as the last rumor that came out, I remember I'd done some digging into it, and I
Mhm.
found some information of people that were like, you realize that like now when they do directs, it's like super rushed because they do it last minute to avoid leaks, and there's only like 7 people that work on it, and all of them have to sign NDAs,
Jeez.
I
and
mean, people
like,
break NDAs all the time.
true.
I mean, they're fired, but they still broke them.
Apparently, also, when you go to work at Nintendo, you can't bring your phone into your office. You have to leave your phone at the
Really
front. Yeah, they consider it a breach of privacy to bring your phone.
interesting.
So I don't really know how that works. That's pretty weird. I've never
Just
heard
Yeah.
leaving
something
it in
like
my
that.
glove compartment then.
Um, yeah, I don't really know why. I mean, I guess I can't understand why they do that, but
I mean,
um,
I can kind of understand a little bit, just as to like make sure no one can. Because if someone says, "Oh, this is what happens in the game," where's their proof? Unless they somehow get the proof. With having the phone, it's a lot easier. But if they don't really have their phone to take pictures and stuff, it makes it a bit harder, I guess. But that's
yeah,
all.
because they wouldn't share anything directly from their computer because I'm sure Nintendo's monitoring that.
Ooh, yeah,
And
yeah,
they would track that stuff back
Ah, you.
instantly.
This was
Fired.
posted. This was posted to Discord at 11:59. Your computer said you opened Discord at 11:58. Hmm.
Hmm.
Why did you have Discord on the company computer?
Yeah, what were you doing? Why aren't you working?
What
Um,
do you think this is? Home?
um, well, as rumors go, probably not true. I know, especially us here, probably rather skeptical of it. I'm hopeful. I would love
Oh,
for it to be true. I want to be wrong so bad.
I want them to post the Chippy Rover praise the sun while he's on fire picture again. That was a good introduction to the mini direct a couple of years ago.
um, so yeah, it's possible they would talk about NSO stuff. Um, anything on y'all's minds that would be a big thing to pop up at this direct?
Dude, I just
um,
need a holiday game. Like I love Pikmin, but it's it's not a holiday game.
I,
Well, minus one. There's a holiday themed bonus level,
ooh,
but
I mean, that's a
that
October launch, though. That's not a holiday game.
No,
Mm-mm.
that they need the week before Black Friday game that they've had. I mean, normally Pokemon fills that slot. Pokemon's not doing it. I guess I could see Crown Tundra. No, that doesn't make sense. Crown Tundra could release around that time, but it's because that doesn't have a release date that I've seen, right?
Um, well, I mean, do, Pokemon Snap's was released this year, correct?
I believe so.
As well.
Uh,
Look it up.
I, I don't think they said when it was releasing.
12/31/2020.
So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
the
it's
placeholder date, so
okay.
it could release this year.
I don't
That's
know though.
also not a
Pokemon
holiday game.
Snap is the holiday game. That's kind of weak
That would
sauce.
be
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's super weak sauce.
That's much.
That
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I could see Snap releasing either the week before or the week after the holiday game, similar to what they did with Animal Crossing and Mystery Dungeon back in March.
In my,
Well,
Hmm.
I mean there was more than a week, but still, like, just Snap is not big enough. It doesn't matter if it has the Pokemon name on it. Snap is not a big enough game to hold over the holiday.
oh yeah, no. But people are going wild over it, dude. Like people are super hyped.
That's true. Possibly do I mean I very much doubt, but Breath of the Wild 2. Maybe at
Not
least
this
like
year.
maybe like
Yeah.
some more info at least.
Ooh, yes, I'd be okay with that. Cause what? It's been a year since they talked about it.
It was last E3 because it was
Man,
while
Yeah.
I was working.
So an update on that would be nice. Maybe finally Metroid 4 Bayo 3. I mean, I've been asking for that
They
every direct since the Switch unveiling, and I have yet to receive anything on that other than,
both
yeah,
of
it's going good,
those.
or it went bad and we had to restart.
Yeah,
ouch.
I
Yeah.
think that's the updates we've had on both of those
Yeah.
recently. Well,
Bayonetta
semi
3,
recently, I guess.
since its unveiling, every time they're asked, it's just like, yeah, it's going good.
Eh, eh, we good.
As much
Wait,
as
how dare you assume we're not good? This is Bayonetta.
ooh, as much as I want a new game, I'd be okay with some ports like Fire Emblem. Bring those into like a new HD uh
I
graphics,
mean, they
etc.
gotta do something with the Three Houses engine. They're not gonna just let it go to waste.
Oh yeah, I'd be okay with more DLC,
Pikmin 4?
but I don't know how the DLC would work.
We're close to
Or,
completing it. 2015. Thank you, Nintendo. Very cool.
man,
But I don't know. Do you think they would do it so soon with Pikmin 3 launching in October? Do you think
I
if they announced it, they
yeah,
would lose a lot of sales probably? Maybe like, or
they're
Pikmin
maybe
3,
gonna
maybe it
wait.
would hype sales. Maybe like everyone would want to play
I
some
think
Pikmin
that's what
before the
they're
new one comes out.
hoping. I think they're hoping Pikmin 3
Pikmin
leads into
3.
Pikmin 4. I don't care what anyone else says. All of the little additions to Pikmin 3, in my eyes, make it worth getting again. I don't care if it was $20 on the Wii U shop. Most people were not gonna spend. Well, you can't even buy a Wii U right now, so it wouldn't have been 80. Most people would not buy a Wii U for Pikmin 3.
No,
Like, they're
Yeah, so
Ma-
like you're telling me you're more upset, like you would rather buy $100 console plus the $20 game versus just the $60 game for the console you already own.
I
yeah,
mean, to be fair, I already own the Wii U as well, so.
like
But it's like, yeah, it's 60, but all the Wii U ports that were Nintendo Selects are. It's not Nintendo's fault if you did not buy the game when it was a Nintendo Select.
mhm. And like with Pikmin 3, like they're adding a ton of different stuff, and they're adding the Olimar mode, I think it was called, or something like that.
Yes, there's an Olimar and Louis mini campaign or something. It's like a prologue and an epilogue to the base game. At least that's how it sounded in the trailer.
I think it might
I
work.
want that to be what it is. I like the idea of getting to go and play through as all five captains.
Ooh. Do you think they'll reference like Pikmin 1 and 2 with the prologues and stuff?
I believe they were already kind of referenced.
Mhm.
Um, at the end of Pikmin 3, I believe they are referenced. Well, not the end. I believe Louis mentions they were going back for more money.
Uh, is the president still a
The
guy?
president, uh, I don't even know if the president was seen in the game.
Oh,
I want him to be back in the game though. He had a car honk's horn. It went wah. It's great.
What a pitch. So I'm sold. Give me deluxe right now.
No. Just President DLC. You have to understand. The president's just not in there.
President DLC $20.
President
Sold.
DLC.
Easy clap.
$20.
it's just the
Netflix pricing.
president
They actually
going. Wah. I mean, like this would be a huge surprise, but I could see it happening because of Smash, and that's Persona 5 or one of those.
Well, we're
Persona
already
5
getting
Royal.
Persona.
Or yeah,
Persona. I don't know if Sony will let Royal go just yet, but we are confirmed to be getting Scramble in the West, so I'm gonna be picking that up at some point.
Seeing Persona 5 would be super
huge.
cool, yeah.
And I
That would
mean,
be the
Or maybe even Persona 4 Golden, now that it's already got a PC port. I
yeah,
think that would be an easier thing to bet on.
yeah, that would be
that could be
pretty
the
solid too.
what do you call it? Holiday game?
No,
Uh,
no.
no.
But it would be a nice thing to have. A lot of people would like that. I'm not really big into Persona, but I know that a ton of people are, and a ton of people were excited about P4G coming to Steam. So if
Mhm.
it did the same for Nintendo Switch, even if it was like digital only, that would still be. I'm pretty sure a lot of people would be into that.
I just
Honestly,
want Sega to stop being like, or well, not just Sega, every company to stop being like, we're gonna release this game and see how it sells, and then we'll decide how we're supporting the Switch. Like, just
yeah, for
support
real.
it or don't.
And then they
Don't
support like every single other system besides the Switch, and it's like, oh,
like the Switch is already outsold the Xbox One. Why aren't you supporting the Switch?
for real.
Dude, rip the Xbox One. There's rumors of Halo Infinite being a possible 2022 game now.
Ouch.
Man.
So, good thing we're not an Xbox podcast. There'd be nothing to talk about.
Oh, Cameron, kind of off topic from literally everything. Fire Emblem Heroes released all the videos that you stole.
I already released them and got the views for them, so they late. They waited too long. I already did it.
Yeah.
It was very possible they found mine and just
It only has 4 views. Wow. Get wrecked, Nintendo Mobile. What nerd.
All right, well, I think that's gonna end the show here for us. We appreciate you guys for listening. Be sure to spread us to all your friends. We appreciate the listen. We'll be here every week.